Hello, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to break down the 3 essential things you need to understand before you start learning any digital skill, what most people overlook, why it matters, and how getting this right from the beginning can set you up for real success. If you are coming across my video for the first time, do well to subscribe and click on the notification icon so that you will be notified whenever I share a new video. In this channel, I release regular updates and tips on how to make money online and become more effective in online platforms. Now let's get into the topic in more detail. We are living in a time where digital skills have become one of the most powerful assets anyone can possess. Unlike traditional skills that are limited by geography, digital skills allow you to work with clients across the world, earn in foreign currencies, build remote careers, and even create your own online business. With just a laptop and internet connection, you can design for brands in Canada, edit videos for creators in the UK, manage ads for businesses in the US, or build websites for companies in Australia, all from your room. Because of this opportunity, more people are rushing to learn digital skills than ever before. Social media is filled with success stories. You see headlines like, "I made $10,000 in 3 months with this skill," or "Learn this skill and never be broke again." These stories are inspiring, and sometimes they are real. But what many of those stories don't show you is the foundation that was built before the income came. Many people jump into learning a digital skill with excitement, but without clarity. They enroll in courses without direction. They download software without understanding the industry. They start learning because a skill is trending, not because they understand where it fits in the marketplace. After a few weeks or months, confusion sets in, motivation drops, doubt creeps in, and eventually, they either quit or jump to another skill. The truth is this: learning a digital skill can absolutely transform your life, but only if you approach it with the right mindset and understanding from the beginning. Before you spend your time, money, and energy, there are certain realities you need to accept. These realities will help you avoid frustration, wasted effort, and unnecessary distraction. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 important things you must know before learning any digital skill. If you truly understand these 3 things, your journey will be more strategic, more focused, and far more rewarding. Let's start with the first one. 1. It's not about the skill, it's about the problem you can solve. Before choosing or committing to any digital skill, you need to shift your mindset from "what skill should I learn?" to "what problem do I want to solve?" This distinction is extremely important because the marketplace does not reward skills, it rewards solutions. Businesses, entrepreneurs, content creators, and organizations are not looking for people who simply know how to use tools. They are looking for people who can solve specific problems that affect growth, visibility, revenue, or efficiency. For example, knowing how to use Photoshop is a skill, but helping a business create attractive brand visuals that increase customer trust and sales is a solution. Knowing how to write is a skill, but writing sales copy that increases conversion rates is a solution. Knowing how to code is a skill, but building a functional website that allows a company to sell products online is a solution. When you focus only on the skill itself, you risk learning in isolation. You may become technically good but commercially lost. However, when you focus on the problem your skill solves, your learning becomes targeted and intentional. You begin to understand why you are learning what you are learning. For instance, if you decide to learn video editing, your next thought should not just be about transitions and effects. Instead, ask yourself, who needs video editing the most? Is it YouTubers trying to grow their channels? Is it businesses running advertisements? Is it course creators building online programs? Once you identify the audience, you can then tailor your learning toward what actually matters in that niche. This approach gives you clarity. It helps you filter unnecessary information. It also helps you build relevant projects for your portfolio. Instead of practicing randomly, you begin practicing with purpose. Understanding the problem also helps you position yourself better when you start offering your services. Rather than saying, "I am a graphic designer," you can say, "I help small businesses build professional brand identities that attract more customers." The second statement communicates value. It speaks the language of results, not just ability. So before you dive into tutorials and courses, pause and define the problem you want to solve. Identify who experiences that problem. Understand why that problem matters to them. When you build your skill around solving real problems, you increase your chances of turning that skill into income. 2. Depth is more powerful than variety. Once you understand the importance of solving problems, the next challenge you will face is distraction. The digital world is full of opportunities, and that can be both a blessing and a curse. Every week, there is a new high-income skill being promoted. One day it's copywriting. The next day it's UI/UX design. Then it's AI automation. Then it's dropshipping. If you are not careful, you will constantly feel like you are missing out. You may start one skill and abandon it halfway because another one looks more profitable. This is one of the biggest mistakes many people make. Mastery requires depth. Depth requires time, and time requires commitment. When you spread your attention across multiple skills too early, you remain at surface level in all of them. You understand the basics, but you lack the competence and confidence that comes from repetition and refinement. In the marketplace, average skills struggle. Exceptional skills get paid. There is something powerful about going deep into one area. When you focus on one skill for months, consistently practicing, studying, improving, and applying feedback, you begin to see patterns. You understand nuances. You make fewer mistakes. Your speed improves. Your quality improves. And most importantly, your confidence grows. Clients and employers can sense depth. They can tell when someone has truly mastered their craft versus someone who only knows the basics. Depth allows you to charge more because you are not just offering effort, you are offering expertise. This does not mean you can never learn additional skills. In fact, combining complementary skills can eventually increase your value. But in the beginning, your goal should not be expansion. Your goal should be competence. Ask yourself honestly, am I willing to commit to practicing this skill consistently for at least 6 months to 1 year? If the answer is no, you may need to rethink your expectations. Digital skills reward those who stay long enough to become excellent. Remember, the people earning consistently online are not jumping from trend to trend. They chose a lane, stayed in it, and refined their abilities over time. If you can develop that level of focus, you will already be ahead of most beginners. 3. Learning is just the beginning. Application and positioning are what pay. The third thing you must understand is that consuming information is not the same as building competence. Watching tutorials feels productive, but real growth happens when you apply what you learn. Many people fall into the trap of endless learning. They move from one course to another, collecting certificates, but not building experience. They feel busy, but they are not progressing. Digital skills are practical by nature. They require hands-on application. If you are learning web development, you should be building websites, even simple ones. If you are learning graphic design, you should be creating designs consistently, experimenting with different styles, and seeking feedback. If you are learning copywriting, you should be writing daily, rewriting ads, and analyzing successful campaigns. Practice exposes your weaknesses. It forces you to think. It pushes you beyond theory into problem solving. And that is where real skill development occurs. However, application alone is not enough. You also need positioning. Positioning is how you present your skills to the world. It is how you communicate your value. It is how you make it easy for the right people to find and trust you. You could be extremely talented, but if no one sees your work, opportunities will be limited. That is why building a portfolio, sharing your projects, networking within relevant communities, and clearly communicating your value are crucial steps. Instead of saying, "I just finished a course," focus on saying, "Here is what I have built. Here are the results I can help you achieve." Results attract attention. Demonstration builds credibility. When you combine consistent practice with strategic positioning, your skill becomes visible and marketable, and that is when income becomes possible. Before we wrap up, I want you to really think about something. Learning a digital skill is not just about making money online. It is about building leverage for your future. It is about giving yourself options in a world where traditional systems are becoming less predictable. It is about developing the ability to create value from anywhere in the world. But here's the honest truth. Digital skills are tools. And like any tool, their power depends on how you use them. If you approach learning casually, jumping from one thing to another, avoiding deep practice, and chasing quick results, you will likely end up frustrated. Not because the opportunity isn't real, but because your foundation wasn't solid. However, if you approach it strategically, if you take the time to understand the problems you want to solve, if you commit to depth instead of distraction, if you practice consistently and position yourself intentionally, then you are building something much bigger than just a skill. You are building competence. You are building confidence. You are building credibility. And eventually, you are building income. Most people who start learning digital skills quit within the first few months. They quit when it gets difficult. They quit when progress feels slow. They quit when results don't come immediately. But the digital economy rewards those who stay. If you stay long enough to improve, if you stay long enough to refine, if you stay long enough to become excellent, it becomes very hard to ignore you. And that is what I want for you. Not just to learn a skill, but to become truly valuable in the digital marketplace. Because when you become valuable, opportunities start looking for you. I hope you learned something valuable from this video. If this video helped you see digital skills from a different perspective, go ahead and like it. Share it with someone who is thinking about learning a digital skill but doesn't know where to start. And I would really love to hear from you in the comment section. What digital skill are you currently learning? What challenges are you facing? Or which skill are you considering starting this year? Let's have a conversation. If you are serious about making money online and becoming more effective on digital platforms, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I'll be sharing more practical guidance, mindset shifts, and step-by-step strategies to help you grow in the online space. Remember, clarity before action saves time. Focus before expansion builds mastery. And consistency turns skills into income. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.